Today on the Philly Talk podcast, we got a couple things to get into. One, Jalen Reagor returns to Philly. We all know that, but he got revenge on his mind. Two, Nick Sirianni clarifies all the Howie Rosemans a part of the game plan stuff. Three goes to Darius Slay. He said we got three Batmans at the wide receiver position, a swole Batman, a skinny Batman, and a fast Batman. And speaking of one of them Batmans, his name is A.J. Brown. And right now, he's second in the NFL in receiving yards. You know who's first? Justin Jefferson. And this Monday, they go head-to-head.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking Sixers in the Bird Gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today, we got so much to get into. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, keep hitting that like button. Y'all killing it. It's free, it's easy, and it helps me out. Subscribe as well, and ding the bell. Be a part of notification gang so you know when we drop these videos. Also, there's a link in the description. It's called the Chalkboard app. It's free for iPhone users. We're trying to get it for Androids too. It's coming. But we talk Eagles 24/7, and it's free. Join. Now let's get into the information. So, a beat writer for the Minnesota Vikings says Vikings wide receiver Jalen Reagor doesn't deny that there is some revenge on his mind as he prepares to play at Philly. Look, when the question was asked by any beat writer in Minnesota, he could have said, man, it's football. It is what it is. I'm just worrying about the game. But he didn't deny he got revenge for all the stuff that we put him through. Now, is he going to come through and show us up? I doubt it. We got to be worried about Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. But it would be something if he catches a crucial touchdown or returns a punt or does something that makes me go, what? It'll be crazy. I'm going to keep my eye out for that for sure. Now, moving on to bigger and better things, Nick Sirianni clarifies the whole Howie Roseman's a part of the game plan, and I just pretty much summed it up in my words. You know Nick Sirianni, he talks 50 words to get out the 25 that's necessary. So Nick Sirianni said Howie's not involved with the game plan. We communicate with him about the roster and who or if we want someone to come up from the practice squad. That is all. Pretty much, they're always talking about how they can use this roster, upgrade this roster. This week, we want to go heavy defense. This week, we want to go heavy offense. We want to go heavier personnel. We want to go quicker personnel, this, that, and the third. That is what Nick Sirianni said. Is it true or not? I don't know. But he flat out said the way Jonathan Gannon said it was not true. He just spoke on it as this is a collective thing, but it's mainly about the roster. Again, whether it's true or not, doesn't matter. He said it. We going to see how the rest of the season goes. Now, Darius Slay said we got three Batman wide receivers. And I agree. Quez Watkins and Devontae Smith haven't been involved. But we're not talking about week 5 and they're not involved. It was week 1. And as many people says Jalen got to get everybody involved, I agree. But last week, Miles Sanders in the run game was involved. A.J. Brown and Dallas Goedert, who had 60-plus yards, was involved. Now, the offensive line didn't give us enough time. That's why we didn't throw the ball like we should. Now, I don't just want to forget about the run because, as I said yesterday, Minnesota is allowing 6.2 yards per carry. It's early in the season. We got one game sample size. I keep hitting it today. We got one game sample size. So things are skewed a little bit. However, let's hear what Darius Slay says, and we'll talk about the wide receiver group as a whole and what we can expect from it Monday, when we take on the Vikings. Listen how he says it.
Because y'all know y'all see him with the dark visor, swole, and, he just looked like a swole Batman. Y'all cannot tell me he look like a swole Batman. Devontae is a skinny Batman. Quez is a fast Batman. So we got three Batmans on the team, but we got one swole, one skinny, one fast.
Any Robins?
No Robins. We don't got no backups, no Robins. We got no sidekicks. We got nothing but Batmans. You know what I'm saying? They boys fly. Letting it fly. Because y'all know y'all see.
He said no Robins. We got only Batmans. One swole, one skinny, one fast. Speaking about the swole one, sheesh, it's going to be the season of Justin Jefferson. We will see. Right now, he's number one. But let's not act like number two is far away. Now, Justin Jefferson got 2 touchdowns. Okay, he's ahead at that. But we talking about yards right now because everybody told me, or a lot of people tried to say that A.J. Brown is only really going to be useful to the Eagles in the red zone, right? He's not going to contribute much from 20 to 20. That's going to be Quez and Devontae and Goddard and the run game and blah, blah, blah. Jalen Hurts is not a quarterback that can get a receiver the ball multiple times. Well, 13 targets, 10 catches is what a lot of good quarterbacks do. Think of Aaron Rodgers with Devontae Adams. Think of Matthew Stafford with Cooper Kupp, right? Think of the great quarterbacks that just give it to their best guy. Now look at this top 5. Justin Jefferson with 184 yards. Kirk Cousins got Thielen over there. Why is he only throwing to Jefferson? Thielen's over there. It is what it is. Game by game, play by play, who's open gets the ball. A.J. Brown second with 155. We're going to get Devontae Smith the ball. Don't worry about that at all. And I'm telling you, Quez is going to get a deep ball touchdown before week 4. Number 3 is Devontae Adams with 141. Hunter Renfrow just got paid. Darren Waller's one of the top 5 best wide receiving tight ends. Why is Adams eating? Jamar Chase. They got Higgins and Boyd over there. And Mixon. And then, of course, Cooper Kupp, who won the Triple Crown last year, is up there. They're all so close together that this can change week to week, but A.J. Brown is up there with the best of them. Jefferson, Brown, Adams, Chase, and Cooper Kupp. They're all really young, pretty much, besides maybe Adams, but the wide receivers are going to eat. Now, here's my thing. I talked about the Monday Night Showdown, right? Jefferson, Brown. That's not really what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the Eagles versus the Vikings, to be honest. However, we can get it done Monday night to advance to 2-0 and really look at this whole NFC like, man, put some respect on our name. The Vikings look to be good. They took down the Packers. You beat the Vikings and go 2-0. Sheesh. You're talking about jumping up the power rankings like we already are. And it's proven that Detroit was more about rust, more about, jitters and all that stuff. Now, again, we talked about Gannon and all that. We talked about a lot of stuff, and we're going to continue to do that. But I got to see week 2. I really got to see week 2 just to really come down or really figure this out. But speaking of Justin Jefferson and A.J. Brown, who had 2 tremendous games, yards-wise, targets-wise, reception-wise. What if this game is not about Justin Jefferson and A.J. Brown? Not saying it won't. Listen, when you got a guy like Justin Jefferson and A.J. Brown, they're going to get their targets regardless. But Adam Thielen is not no bum just because week 1, Jefferson 888. And Devontae Smith is no bum just because A.J. Brown ate. So what if the game plan is to shut down Jefferson bad, and they're trying to shut down A.J. Brown, and both Thielen and Smitty go for over 100? Who knows? What if our run game goes over 100, their run game goes over 100? You can't just worry about Jefferson, but I think right now, if I'm an Eagles defensive coordinator, who I don't even want to talk about anymore, you got a game plan for Jefferson. See what the other guys do, whether it's the run game or Thielen. You got to stop the run too. Or Thielen, and then adjust on the fly, just like Minnesota's probably focused in a way to stop A.J. Brown's slants. Because, yeah, he caught that 54-yard pass on the sidelines, but them slants are vicious, and they can and will go for more yak as blocking gets down the field, for sure. So it's going to be interesting to see a couple things, right? We already saw that number 1 and number 2 in the NFL are going head-to-head. We know that good old Jalen Reagor is trying to seek revenge on the Philadelphia Eagles. And at the end of the day, it's not about statistics when it comes down to the fourth quarter. I just want the dub. I think it's going to be a hard-fought game. I I don't have no statistical reason to tell you why the defense is going to change. And if it does show the same similarities of last year in game one, well, then we really got to start having a conversation. I know y'all have the conversation, but listen. I will go to what is it called? Teesprings. First of all, I've been slacking on my logo or putting out shorts. I'm in the process of changing my logo, so we're gonna get merchandise out, shirts and hats. Once I change my logo, or I don't know what I'm doing with that. But Roots, we're gonna have Roots merchandise, and if Jonathan Gannon gives me one more ugly game where you know he's playing favoritism with guys, dropping guys back, using them to their least strength, not their strength, using them to their weaknesses to say, we're going to get hashtag fire Gannon. I'll do it. If by week 2 or 3, I'm as mad as you guys, which I'm closing in on it for sure. We going to get hashtag fire Gannons. I'm going to get them on white tees, black tees, green tees. But of course, because my lighting, I'm going to stay wearing white. But every day, you're going to see me, hat backwards, hashtag fire Gannon, if it continues. And I'll be on Twitter with it. I'll be on here with it until it happens. Unless he goes out and says, you know what? I was rusty. The guys were rusty. We figured it out. Just figure it out. Figure it out. 35 points. We'll see what the Lions are. But at the end of the day, it's the fact that, once again, Golf's getting the ball out fast. Once again, you play conservative in one of the halves of football. Last year, he played conservative in the first half, better in the second. This year, it's better in the first, conservative in the second. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment section on Jalen Reagor really coming with revenge. Let me know your thoughts on Nick Sirianni saying he's not in the game plan. Do you believe it? I kind of do. Let me know your thoughts on what Darius Slay had to say about the 3 Batmans. And last but not least, top 5 in the game. Let me know your thoughts. Until next time, y'all know what time it is. We out.